Gunfire, chaos. A wild boar stick cracks, hunting dogs roar, and the forest explodes with tearing through anything in their way. For the hunter, stampede charges forward, red eyes burning, tusk shot decides it all. Predator or there's no room for fear, no second chance. One can witness the hunt of a lifetime. Prey. Are you ready to face the wild? Stay with us. Per hour. Its long, curved, razor-sharp tusks can tear through muscle with a single strike. An adult wild boar, weighing up to 150, even 300 kilograms, can charge at nearly 50 kilometers uprooted and root systems slowly die. When hunting in packs, they turn any land into a battlefield. Grass is shredded, soil is ripped into trenches, saplings are a flee. The forest turns into a wasteland, leaving behind the ecosystem falls out of balance. Other species only one trace, deep, winding pits where wild boars have passed, strong enough to contain their explosive growth. Here lies the drama. No natural predator is. But humans are different. Humans don't just stand by and watch. Wolves, bears, leopards, all can only ambush a few small ones. Groups of hunters head out into the fields, not just with rifles, but with to fight back against the wild boar army. Hunts take place in the scorching daylight. An ambush often begins like strategy, traps, drones, and hunting dogs. The hunters huddle, checking the wind. A farmer calls in. The herd has appeared in the western fields. On the ground, riflemen creep toward the forest's edge, barrels gleaming under the sun. And calculating the path, the drone takes off, its electronic eye scanning from above. Gunfire thunders, drowning out their shrieks. And when the wild boar herd bursts out, a true battle between man and the invaders. Some fall, but the rest do not flee. They fight back, roars, tusks clashing, hounds howling. It's estimated that in the U.S. alone, the wild boar population has already exceeded 6 million. In infrastructure. Every year, they cause more than $2.5 billion in damage to agriculture, the environment, wiped out in just a few years. Without hunting, without pulling the trigger, vast stretches of farmland would be wiped. But hunting isn't just a responsibility, it's a battle for survival. A single moment of hesitation could mean their life buried under tusks and hooves. When faced with a wild boar weighing hundreds of pounds charging straight at them, hunters know all too well. By day, the hunt is even more brutal than in the dark of night. With no shadows to conceal them, both man and beast Yet daylight brings something else. Beasts are fully exposed. See every drop of sweat on the hunter's brow, every streak of sheer drama. You can see dust rising with each pounding blood smeared across the boar's hide. Every cloud of... When the gunfire erupts, the hunter isn't just shooting at the prey, he's firing at fear at step. Tomorrow the fields could be nothing but ashes. At the haunting thought that if the herd escapes, by tomorrow, in the midst of the blazing day, gunshots explode like thunder. Hunting dogs howl long and loud. Chasing after enormous black shadows, daylight, the hunt turns into a chaotic symphony. Wild boars roar, darting through the forest. The ground shook with every beat. Each step of the wild boar was like a small earthquake. Their tusks clashing against guns, shields, and even flesh. All of it blends together, relentless and suffocating. The taste of salty sweat running past his lips. He could no longer tell apart the shouts of his comrades from the roars of the beasts. The earth cracked, dust billowed into the air. The hunter ran while firing, his heart pounding in his chest. A wild boar weighing nearly 300 kilos charged straight at a hunter. In that, every sound blended together. Only breath and the instinct to survive remained, and was swallowed in a cloud of dust. But almost immediately, two more rushed in, their blood-red eyes burning with rage. Instant, time seemed to stop. The trigger jolted. The bullet tore through the air, piercing its thick fur. The beast staggered, collapsed. Every shot fired was not just to bring down the enemy. It was a shot of death. The forest was no longer a forest. It had become an arena where man and beast alike roared and left their blood-stained desperation, a vow to protect the land, the crops, and their very own lives. On the leaves, on the earth. This was no hunt. This was a bloody ritual where everyone involved understood one truth: win or die, swept away by the herd. But the price of this war was far from small. Some hunters fell, gored, slashed by tusks, or at times even innocent villagers, drivers on the road, became victims when their vehicles collided with boars charging. Hunting dogs lay gravely wounded, whimpering at their master's feet. It had become a brutal war, where life and death hung by the pull of a trigger. Cross. Human blood and animal blood mixed into the earth, and the daytime battle was no longer just about controlling a population. Even though hundreds, even thousands, year. And within just 2 years, those young ones would mature and begin breeding. Thousands of wild boars were taken down each season. They kept multiplying. A single female could give birth to as many as 12 piglets. It was like an endless nightmare. The more they were hunted, the more they returned, greater in number, stronger, bolder, breeding again. Day or night, in the fields or along the forest edge, the boar's screams still echoed, a grim reminder that the evening sunlight stretched across the fields. The bodies of a few wild, the war was far from over. A hunter wiped the sweat from his brow, his eyes hollow. They knew boars remained, flies buzzing over them. Wild boars are the toughest, most relentless creatures mankind has ever faced. They do not stop. They do not. Tomorrow, another herd would come. Man with his guns, or the wild boar fear, and the question still lingers. Who is the true ruler? And an epic written in blood and soil. War with its 1,000-year instinct to survive. A war with no end itself. And when the gunfire of daylight echoes across the fields, it is more than just a shot. It is the roar of despair, of survival,